Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode we will be taking a look at the ThruNite Neutron 2A version 2. What you are looking at is the brightest AA flashlight you can buy. So let's take a close look. Here's the box that the flashlight came in that ThruNite had sent me for this review. Nice, thick, sturdy box. I like it. Here is the user manual, which I recommend that you do read, especially for this guy, because it does make some recommendations as far as what battery or batteries to use. Does it? Yes, right there. And it also goes through all the different modes in operation. So definitely you want to read it. You get a very nice, very nice case here for it, so you can wear that on your belt. One caveat with this is that it will only hold the flashlight when it is in the single AA battery configuration. If you add the extension tube, which you also get here, so you can use two batteries, two AA's, it will not fit into this little sheath or case. But nothing special, just a belt loop here. You got a little plastic clip here if you want to hang it, and some elastic on the sides. As with all ThruNite flashlights, you get some extra O-rings right there, and you get a clip, which can come in handy not only to sort of clip onto your pocket, but this is a little bit prone to rolling, maybe on a steep surface, but actually because of these fins and the way that this is sort of CNC'd here, it actually is not prone to rolling as much as a lot of other flashlights. So all you do is you just sort of clip it on right there, just push on. I'm going to leave this off for this review. Now again, I had mentioned that it recommends that you use some high quality NiCad batteries. For this review I'm going to be using these Duracell rechargeables, and they state right here that it's for 2400 mAh amount of power, and these things last a long time. I've had some other batteries, rechargeables, before, but they don't hold a charge past a month. These sort of will hold that charge for about a year, which I like. Now, like I said, this is the brightest AA flashlight that you could buy today, at the time of this videotaping video. So real easy to install a battery. You could see there's an O-ring right there. This is waterproof, shockproof, all the usuals. There's what the inside of the head looks like. And I do want to point out that I did have an issue with this flashlight when I first got it, and I had to just wipe the contacts off. I'm going to let you go ahead and take a look down into the tube here. You can see there is a spring sort of with a contact down in there also. Not sure if you could see that. So I sort of had to like put a Q-tip down there and just wipe off that contact, wipe off this contact, and then all my problems went away. So just a little thing there. If you do receive this and you have some problems with it, and it's, you know, you're not using cheap batteries, because you put cheap batteries in this thing, it's not going to work. You got to use high quality batteries, because this thing is pushing the absolute limits of what a AA battery can do. Also, you know, I'm looking at this. Look how thick the body of that is. Nice and thick. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop this battery in here. Again, you want to go ahead and put positive up. And it does have reverse polarity protection. And you also want to make sure that this is nice and tight, so everything is nice and seated well, and you shouldn't have a problem. So, this thing can put out 480 lumens in the special turbo mode, which we'll talk about, but the normal high mode, you're talking 230 lumens for 90 minutes. That is really incredible. For instance, I had reviewed this Phoenix light, which is almost in the same category as far as size and purpose. This puts out 130 lumens with 90 minutes of runtime. This is putting out 230 lumens, 100 more lumens out of the same AA battery. Absolutely incredible. And this is the new Phoenix E12, by the way, which I like. But they I can't say it enough. They're really pushing the limits of the battery technology these days. But again, don't use cheap batteries. So anyway, the operating system to this thing is kind of unique. The buttons here, it's not your typical push on the tail cap kind of button. You press the button and it lights up. And it has a memory, so whatever you had it on, when you turn it off and turn it back on, it'll be on that same setting, whether it be low, medium, or high. Now, I said it has 5 different modes, but we'll go through those special ones here in a moment. So if you press and hold this, it will cycle up, down, medium, high, medium, low, medium, high. That's how it sort of goes. Low, medium, high, medium, low, medium, high. That's how it cycles. And I'm going to let you see how that looks here on the ground. I'll go ahead and cycle it. It's low, medium, high. Now again, high, 230 lumens, 90 minutes. On medium, it's 70 lumens right there for 3 hours. And on low, it is 11 lumens for 72 hours. So really quite incredible. Then it has a Moonlight or Firefly mode, which you can run on 33 days. And I'll show you how to get into that mode. What you do is you have the flashlight off, you press and hold the button. Just like that. And you could see how, you could barely see any light. It's so low. So really good to use at nighttime so you don't sort of ruin your night vision. Now I also had mentioned there's a turbo mode, and the way that you do that is while it's off, press this button twice, do a double click like you do on your mouse in Windows. Boop boop. Whoops. There we go. So that's turbo mode. What you're seeing here is 280 lumens for 80 minutes. That is just crazy. Now if you turn it off, if I turn it back on, it's going to go to one of those, it's going to have a memory to the 3 normal modes, which I had in low, so it should come in low right there. So you can see how that's low. Now yesterday I went ahead and put this through the test. I went ahead and left it in the high mode, and it did get 90 minutes. It got like 95 minutes of runtime. So really, really impressive runtime on this thing. And it didn't even get hot either, which really surprised me. Now what I'm doing here is adding this 2-inch extension on here, which will allow for using 2 AA batteries. Again, you want to make sure you screw everything nice and tight. I'm going to go ahead and drop in 2 AA batteries. And now it's sort of almost like a mag light as far as size and feel, although it feels sturdier. Now the one thing I noticed, and here's one con, you can hear the battery rattle a little bit. Minor irritant, but it sort of rattles in there. You could maybe put a piece of tape around one of the batteries and keep that from happening if it really irks you really badly. So let's say I go into turbo mode here. I think that's turbo mode. What you're looking at is 800 lumens for 200 minutes in turbo mode with 2 AA batteries. That's just blinding crazy. Just very impressive. And I'm going to put all the other specs down below because you have all the different combinations and runtimes and everything. So if you want any additional information as far as specifications and the links to get this flashlight, go ahead and look in the description box below where all that information will be for you. Now, I thought it would be a fun comparison to go ahead and compare this to the Phoenix E12 because again, although it's a little bit bigger, the head on the, let me move this Phoenix aside here so there's no confusion. The head of this, the diameter is 1 inch, the weight is 2.5 ounces without the battery. The length is 3 3/4. If you add the extension tube, it'll be 5 3/4. So 2-inch tube there to add the extra battery. So again, I thought it would be fun to go ahead and compare the Phoenix. Now, although I'm comparing, and the ThruNite obviously has 100 extra lumen, at the same runtime. I'm not saying that the Phoenix is a bad flashlight. It is a very good flashlight. So don't kill me in the comments below. There are two different things here. So anyway, let's go ahead. I have this already in the high mode right there. That's 230 lumens. And I have the Phoenix here. And what you got to do with the Phoenix, because it has no memory, is you got to click it and then you got to ramp it up to high. Alright, so what you can see here, I'm going to try to hold these equal distance. You can see that the flood is much bigger on the ThruNite compared to the Phoenix, and another difference is that the spot between the spot and the flood, it's a little more defined right there, just a little bit, and of course you could just see how much brighter that is. So pretty neat. One thing, you can look down in there, you can see it has a nice smooth deep reflector that helps it throw really good, but because of the larger head you have a nice widespread, so you really have the best of both worlds here. I think it's really good for such a small flashlight. Now there's one thing that I'm kind of disappointed with ThruNite, is they had got rid of my favorite flashlight, the Archer A1. I wish they would bring it back. There's a feature on here that I love that I wish were on the Neutron, and that's why I'm not saying that this can be used as a tactical flashlight. This is an EDC and utility. This is an EDC utility and tactical, and the reason for that is this one has the momentary, and this one has this nice crown, the steel crown right here. This one does not have the crown, it doesn't have the momentary. But you got the Firefly, the low, medium, high, and turbo. And this definitely outclasses the old Archer as far as the amount of output and runtime. But I wish they would come out with a version that has the crown and has the momentary too. That would be the ideal, perfect, all-purpose flashlight for me. But for this flashlight, for what it is, being the most powerful AA battery flashlight you could get today, it's amazing. At a price point of $55, you're getting an amazing piece of technology. So let's go ahead and wrap things up. This is a absolutely awesome flashlight. It's the most powerful AA flashlight. I keep on saying that because it is absolutely awesome. And I highly recommend it. ThruNite comes through with another winner. I'm not saying that just because they sent me this, because I'm not afraid to bring the cons out of this. Again, the cons for me is no momentary and no crown, but still absolutely awesome and absolutely recommended. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and especially you. If you do enjoy my videos, please don't be afraid to hit the thumbs up button, and please leave comments. I read them all. Take care.